All right, guys, another one in the books. Number 12.
Yeah.
12, 12, 12, 12, 12.
A three,
1,
right?
2 is the 3. So
12
what's
is
a
a
3?
three.
Yeah,
What's the numerology of that?
Communication.
it's good. It's a good number.
Communication.
Yeah. So how was this? How was this week for you guys?
This one was great. We kind of wrapped up a little bit what I was going to share about on the last, the inspirational story that you brought up. And that was about standards, about working with my inner standards and working with people. The other thing I was struck by was respect and all these things that we've been talking about with Slipstream in particular, about turning negatives into positives and living a lifestyle of my thrust and purpose in life. Trusting, knowing myself crystal clear, loving every moment, flowing forward, and there's more. But the thing that just stands out for me is that all these stories that we cover just all become a means to an end. And if I keep remembering that, I'm going to have fun, which was what my spiritual helpers were talking about when we got started. Make sure you have fun. I think there's an old saying in the spiritual community that says, a spirit is attracted to enthusiasm.
Right.
Right. And so there's that, just being that natural charisma and being enthusiastic, which is, there's a sign over there. But enjoying that energy and continually moving toward doing what I love. Right. And I've said it a couple of times on our podcast now about, if I do what I love, I'm never going to work a day in my life, kind of thing. So being organized enough to grasp my goal, that's all I got to do. So there's quite a bit there that we covered because there was a common denominator for me through them all, and that had to do with some of the standards and communication, my communication style. But there's something this time around, number 12, this time around was interesting. There was something deeper going on, at least for me, where that standard thing, and I keep using that term, is very important. So coming back home to the basics of all things are a means to an end, and also just recognizing the power of teamwork, firing off with each other and coming up with ideas, stuff like that, and how that morphs into other things. And we were kind of regrouping that just before we got started, of how there's other things starting to blossom and other ideas and other program ideas and so forth. So that all that comes to pass because I'm involved. All that comes to pass because I'm communicating. All that comes to pass because I'm working with my inner standards, and I'm not going to be run my life by someone else's ideas, right? I need to be sensitive to other people's ideas, but I need to live from the inside out, not be controlled from the outside in. So those are some of the things that stood out for me on
That's
this
a good last line.
Yeah, that actually was. For myself, I had also the fun part coming into it. So it was a very fun episode. I also feel that there was something deeper in this one, especially for, Tom and I have been working a lot with money this month and with, and with the abundance. So there was something about spiritual and material abundance this month that showed up in these sharing. So I feel it's so interesting. And we were talking about that obviously before too, about maybe starting to really showcase more about what other people are really going through on a bigger picture versus just, these stories. And I mean, that's really what they're about, right? I mean, we're Spirit is showcasing these stories through us. And then we're just kind of channeling different information to support people who are listening. So that's really what I recognize is the fact that it went deeper this time for sure, but it was about money. And right now I know a lot of people are having money issues and credit issues and abundance issues with how to move forward with all that's going on collectively as far as, change. So definitely a really profound episode, and it did feel different than the other ones.
It did.
I mean, every time is a little different because we're in a different place, and the people who are listening in a different place. But it was fun. So, and this was a really good one. What about you, Tom?
I enjoyed it, and
Yay, Tom enjoyed it.
that's the most important thing. I'm here to enjoy.
All right,
it.
we can go.
Done. We're done.
Boy, that word sustainable, just keeps coming to me. Renewable, sustainable. It's in my environment. And I loved how we covered, the subtle ways we can get controlled when it's not a 50-50 relationship. And those relationships occur on small scales in, personal relationships, families, communities, even in, with the your country's government kind of a thing. So, people play these games right up to our face, and they play them at a detached macro level or something, you could say. But really, that energy of self-respect is so important. It's why souls are here. It's why, as a spiritual leader, it's imperative that that's what I share with people, is help them get back to the true feeling that they're already perfect. Success and abundance is already theirs. All they have to do is become a master of themselves.
Well said.
And we live in a really great environment to start discerning, what's me, what's not me, what's society's idea, what's my idea. You take the drama out of it when you work with spirit and work with it from that loving, positive, of service vibration.
You're a great team. Yeah. All right, booyah.
Booyah.
Okay, so until next time.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll.